Hey guys, welcome out to another session with Rolls with Benefits. I'll be running my campaign again today. We ended up last week with the last of your 3-shot.
Yeah, that's only
one shot.
Yeah, which not a lot of people saw the end of because there's like 20 minutes left, and then my computer frickin' died.
That sucks. That sucks. All I can say is anarchy. As you can see, we're missing a few players today. 3 of them actually. We got a few people sick, and the other person is wrapped up in the job right now. So yeah, we're down to just 4 people and me. So yeah, so we
5
will...
people.
Hey, you know what?
4 plus
I don't
1
count
equals
myself.
5.
Okay. Alright, so yeah, we'll be starting again shortly with where we left off.
It's like 3 minus 2 equals fish.
So, where we last left off, we found the adventurers here. They had explored the city, found out a couple things. We had Ophelia. Meeting from a couple sessions ago, she met a interesting humanoid who was on
Not ready to relive this.
the gallows in a way, kind of hanging upside down. She went to go save him at level 2, mind you. Basically, she hit the fan. And by hit the fan, I mean he fell after getting shot with arrows and splattered on the ground.
Well, he did hit, just not a fan.
And he passed away. Ophelia watched him die, and she got away somehow. Using her wings. One of her features. So, where we left off, a night had gone through. Some people got really mad drunk. Roland did. Alcohol, you can already tell.
Yeah, alcoholic wizard. That's a good idea.
Oh, great idea. So we had
Yes, fireball.
just yesterday, that day before, it was mostly shopping day is what it turned into, with Jinxie trying to win over the Dargan. Really adorable little thing. And there was talk about taking a little bit of a guild search and working for one of the guilds and fulfilling some requests that were on the boards in the upper part of the city. And I believe that's where we left you guys off, waking up that morning, coming down. And with that, we will start another episode of Rolls with Benefits.
I was expecting you to do the eyebrow thing Matt Mercer does.
No,
I'm just like, are you, huh? Are
I'm
you?
not gonna do that, thank you.
Didn't we end off, after that, didn't we go down to the docks?
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah, y'all were at the docks, and you spoke with
Well, you, Bane,
Torak.
and who else?
I was
Him?
Yeah.
Yeah, you and a Bane. That's who it was. Okay.
All right, and so the day is yours after having a little beach fun and figuring things out. You
It was a
guys,
beach episode?
you had as you guys were getting the beach episodes are the best episodes. Just saying. With that, you see Roland, Jinxie, and Bane. They're all just kind of talking, and you see this very determined look on Jinxie's face.
Oh no.
She looks at all you guys and kind of, her little small self puts her arms on her hips and goes, "Go do what you must. I will win over this dart." And she begins stomping off, and you see Roland just kind of sigh and walk with him. And Bane's just like, she kind of turns to you guys, and she's like, "Sure, probably make sure they don't get into trouble."
We need to have a handle on her back of her chest plate or whatever she wears.
Child leash.
Child
Just pick her up like a briefcase.
I feel like that's
and
more something you should have for Warren, not Jinxie.
No, hers is just so you can just stop her and be like, no.
Nope.
Just get a spray bottle.
No.
Bad Jinxie.
No Dargans.
I mean, it might work, you don't know.
It might work
What a
out.
spray bottle.
Alright, so
Alright, hopefully
with
those
those
things
two
will make
leaving
next
to
week.
try to go after a Dargan, by the looks of it, we will leave this day in your 4 capable hands.
Did we have a guild in mind already?
We are gonna go get a kid's tongue back from a witch.
Oh,
Yeah.
I forgot about the witch and the town.
Where
So I
was
mean, we
that
could do
again?
that north.
Yeah, where was that again?
It was north. We'll probably have to go ask the stable guy again. I don't.
It was when you went in, it was kind of in the barracks area. You saw that there were jobs posting for various bounty hunters, different magicians, just some odd jobs here and there, different things that were needed with something magical, probably per se, to succeed in achieving these goals. So,
Onward, I guess.
Yeah, let's head back.
We already bought stuff. So. I think
Man,
we're just...
I wasted it too.
yeah.
so with this, you guys, don't look at me like that. That was your decision. Some really bad rules.
Okay, seriously though.
Alright, so
Almost
with
as
that,
bad
you
as
guys
Sweden.
begin making your way back to the center of the city as it goes up the hills into the different sections. You kind of realize at this point, as long as you had these badge card things that depicted kind of who you were and that you were magic holders, they kind of just, the guards kind of watch you, not with a wary eye, but they acknowledge that you're there and just kind of let you pass. It's almost like, hey, check out this clearance card right here. Let me pass. And they're like, all right. So you guys begin making your way up farther north, not north, farther up into the city, which is, I believe, would be west. So you make your way west. And make your way through the first part of the city, out of the slums, out of the dock area, into a little nice area where you guys have been staying, following the main street up, eventually making your way to the inner part of the city, where these towering buildings are just beautiful, with all sorts of temples, all sorts of other beautiful things, to the barracks area, where there's the other wall that leads to a central monolithic structure that seems to have magic emanating from the top of it. Before, you didn't really realize this, not paying as much attention. You see now that it almost seems to radiate out in like a spiral. It look like a cloud almost, but these clouds are of green, yellow, blue, kind of spiderwebbing off, and they look to be going out over the city and then fading and not being able to see where they go. And with that, you find you guys at the barracks area where this job board is posted inside.
Alright.
Is anything happening to Warren's markings at all with the magic that's kind of being pushed out?
Warren, your markings are a little tingly, but not like glowing per se like you do when you channel cast.
Okay.
I guess I'll go up to the job board and start looking over that boy's tongue who lost the witch.
At this point, you do see that one still posted up. Doesn't look like anyone's taken on that job. You do remember that you have to, if you went into the barracks area, it's very similar to like a precinct. And you go in and you kind of register with them and say, all right, this and that, to be able to take on this quest of sorts. You see that one, as well as you see one for somebody needing help taking care of just some rodents, varmints, coyotes, and other things that are kind of placed outside the city a little bit. Monomates, yes.
It's thinking coyotes.
Coyote.
Yeah, because of the conversation we had here.
No. Okay.
I was thinking
You see that. You see a couple other jobs. You see a couple
I don't believe they
of
exist.
working with the guard, and you see another one with this one's new. It needs someone of a special nature. Someone who can get answers. Someone who can get answers. And that's kind of all it says. It looks interesting, very vague. The money on that one is around 2,000 gold pieces.
Shit. That's a lot of shinies.
It's a lot of shinies.
And there's only 4 of us today.
Exactly.
Yeah, but the only thing is just like you need someone to get information, and just like Tenzin could do that. You wouldn't care.
I don't know.
Damn it! I thought I had someone.
What was the pay on the
We
which
could
is the boy's
try.
tongue thing?
The boy's tongue,
I mean, he's a stable boy.
I believe
Yeah.
that one, you guys recall, I believe it was around 1,000 gold pieces.
Plus, it's
Do we want to
Fighting
kill
a
a
witch.
kill a witch and get 1,000, or do something and get 2,000?
do something and to get 2,000 sounds nice, but you have to bear in mind what we could get from the witch as well. Like,
Or we could do both of them if we could.
that's 3,000 plus random stuff. Oh my goodness, genius.
Are you guys just money hoarders?
Yes.
I mean, you think of Sam last campaign.
Oh yeah,
How
I
much,
know.
how much money? You didn't spend anything. How much did you end up with?
I have.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
I'm
you guys know
actually
still.
curious.
Come on, phone, open. There we go. I have 20 platinum and 280 gold.
Oh yeah, because you did buy that tent. So I think that's where a bunch of
And
your
the
money
tent
went
was
right
what,
at the
like
end.
10,000?
Oh, are we talking last campaign?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were talking last week.
No.
Oh no,
So this
your
is-
hoarder
this is my-
self in the last one.
This is my current character. That has that.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah, last campaign I had like 5,000 gold or something like that.
God.
And you bought that really expensive tent too, so
Yeah, which we saw in this campaign because we didn't use it last one.
because we leveled up to like level 20 after
Hey,
he bought it.
I furnished it.
With
A
stolen bench, stolen
The stolen
concrete,
bench.
like stolen granite bench.
Oh, Jesus.
Goodness. That's terrible. Alright, so.
You just wish you could steal stone
Hey.
benches.
I think I stole a steel stone bench.
Yeah, he's the one who carried it, right?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay. So I don't know. I mean, do we want to go after? Do we want to go after the witch when it's just us, or gotta get back into the accent on it?
we can start with this other one, and then see what happens after.
Sounds. I mean, I think it sounds like a plan.
Yeah, at least figuring out what this one actually means.
At
Other
this
than-
point, you see a rough-looking dwarf. Looks to be wearing nice armor. He's got this big battle axe over his shoulder. He's just kind of walking around. Walks up to the board. Oh, yeah, all right. Are any of you taking any of these? No. Yes. Maybe.
Yep, we're gonna take this one, and
And probably this one, the tongue one. I'm gonna grab that one too.
Well then. Alright, and he seems walking into the barracks.
Ow, he's the mysterious poster, I think.
well, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We grabbed them.
Let's go
Yeah.
register.
Yeah, I guess we need to go register to do the get information.
Now we just have to learn how that works.
Super specific. Guys, this is gonna just be a shit show. We're gonna be like, this is vague, we'll do this one, and then it's gonna be like, it's gonna be ridiculous. Okay. So let's go and register and see if we can go find whatever this is.
Let's hope we don't die.
Seriously though.
Hey, at least it won't be a total party kill.
Well, like, because everyone's not here.
So with that, you guys all walk in, and you see this dwarfen man with this long, white, gray hair, this very bushy beard, all pickups braided, these gorgeous, like silver beads all through it. He's a very sparkly-looking man. And you see him as kind of standing, and you kind of overhear. All right, so I'm looking to take on the witch's quest, and the other one out there that was very vague.
Oh, so you just kind of.
Too late, laddie.
You see her kind of this
The accent just
lady kind of
changes
looking down at
every
him.
session.
Okay, I can get the information for you. Just be warned. You could die in these. If you do die, we won't take care of your families. There is no insurance money for this. So, is that all okay with you?
And he goes, oh, you don't even have any family that I care about, at least. Unless you choose my dog. Would you take care of my dog? She goes,
We could probably take care of your dog.
alright, then I don't have a problem.
Okay, just take a seat over there and we'll call you in a minute.
Alright.
You see him just kind of make his
So
way
I
over.
guess I'll just walk up to the lady and just so that dwarven gentleman is trying to steal the jobs we were coming to apply for.
And we have the papers.
She kind of looks at you.
Why did you take the papers?
You don't need to take the papers.
No, you don't need to take the papers. That's there. Just say that's there.
We were not told.
I believe you.
But what if it stays up and multiple people get the job?
Then whoever completes it
I guess that makes sense.
gets the money. You're not too bright, are you, Tad?
Sometimes. Sometimes.
I can tell. Okay. So 4 of you, yes.
Yes.
Alright, go sit over there by the dwarven fellow.
Alright.
And he's not stealing anything from you.
We can just strip him.
What, trip him?
I'm a terrible paladin. I need to
Just
get in the
all
right
of a sudden-
mindset, you
all of a
guys.
sudden
I'm
he's just
sorry.
walking out the door, just to see Ophelia just trip
Face
him.
plant into the glass. Glass
Done.
goes through the brain, kills him.
Oh my gosh, could you imagine if every bad thing you did just ended terribly?
I played my fighter on Saturday, and so I'm in that mindset. I need to get in my paladin mindset.
I think if we're going worst paladin, I'm probably the worst.
I'm gonna take the papers and put them back up outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you guys go to sit down, you see there's
Are there refreshments?
there are not. You see chairs, and you see that there are 5 chairs, and he is sitting directly in the middle of them.
That is improper urinal etiquette.
Since he's
Not a urinal.
hey, it applies wherever.
I don't think they're real.
I'm gonna sit right next to him.
You're just gonna sit right next to him?
You see him just he's sitting cross-armed. You see he's eating, looks like jerky or something in his mouth.
Sit right next to him, just to the right, cross my leg, and just be like,
Arm over the
He
shoulder.
kind of looks at you, and he goes, "Bucket jerky."
gladly.
Did you say donkey?
Pocket jerky.
Oh.
He just kind of sits there, his arms, and he kind of reaches up and just kind of pats your shoulder.
You got nice armor.
Yeah, thank you.
And I like the bead things.
I made it all myself.
I would hope so for a dwarf.
Yes, some people aren't as good of craftsmen as my people are. You see him just kind of.
Trust me, I'm aware of that, and I show him my sword, and it's just a mishmash of random pieces of metal.
Hashtag humble brag.
He's like, may I?
Hashtag humble brag.
I
And
hand
he
him
kind of takes it, puts it in his arm, kind of holds it out straight with his arm, kind of. Oh.
Hey, if you ever need someone to do some work on this, I could make this thing pretty snazzy.
Oh god. You just
I
said
do like snazzy.
you said
Oh.
Kyle's magic word. Snazzy for weapons.
Snazzy, sparkly, fancy, any of those. I'll keep that in mind. What's your name, sir?
You can call me Thorin.
Thorin.
I knew it. Okay.
Wait, what?
For reference. I laughed because I know the character from a different campaign.
Oh.
Oh, I went straight to Lord of the Rings.
Okay. Alright, Dawn, I'll keep that in mind. The name's Urag. And I grab
Nice to meet you. He kind of
my huge ham, probably, compared to his.
You kind of take it, and you just feel this vice of a grip.
Alright.
Like a man.
In any situation where that happens, you have to reciprocate.
You two match, and he kind of shakes your hand, and goes, I can already tell I'm gonna like you.
You're giving off a pretty good aura as well.
Kind of just does this, flexes, and you see his arms are about as big as yours for how stout he is.
He's more compact.
You know, if we work with him, 400 gold is still not bad. 400 a person?
Uh-huh.
Instead of 500?
Sure. I don't have a problem with that. I do have a problem with not having refreshments, though.
He gave you pocket.
He gave me pocket
So
jerky,
I'll
but that's true.
look at him and just... So, I think you'd maybe be willing to work with us on this instead of going it your own.
My own what?
Going on your own to fight whatever this job is.
Oh, I'm supposed to fight something?
I don't really know. It's really vague.
But I just wanted money, and I thought, I like money. You know, I thought.
I guess it just is get information. It doesn't say if we're getting information from a person or if we're getting information from somewhere.
The inside of a dragon.
The internet.
Hacking to the dark web.
Oh, the information one. I'm actually, I'm normally the one who comes up and fulfills that request.
So is this a regular request?
Yes, normally no, but after last night's escapades, I knew they were gonna post it up.
Last night's escapades.
Hey man, the only one who's asked her anything about it is Roland, and he's not here.
I know. I do remember an alarm or something last night.
Oh yes, somebody tried breaking another
Yeah.
person out, ended up killing that person, and that person's at large, and so, now that they're cracking down on all those other people they were hanging upside down from them, we gotta get information from them, and then whack 'em.
Getting information on the person who tried to help someone escape? Is that what we're doing?
We're getting information on that, we're getting information on their whereabouts, all the other stuff going on. It
Right.
pays good.
There were pretty lights that night.
There was, yes. I don't think those are stars you're talking about, though.
Too shiny.
Yes, too shiny and too fat. You're a young little elf, aren't you?
Yeah.
How old are you?
16.
Oh, you're still a child. Okay.
How does conversion in time work? I don't know how time works.
Okay, so, for us, for dwarf and elves, by the time they're adults, we're still kids. I don't know how it works either. It's really weird to me that they can be 18 and be
But
adults.
I've been around for 16 seasons. So how does that work with normal people time?
They aren't as smart as me and you.
Technically speaking, elves mature at the same rate as humans, and then they hit a certain point where their life is just extended.
He doesn't know that.
Well, they don't have a normal measurement of time where it's from.
Yeah, you do. Seasons.
Yeah, it's not normal like, oh yeah, it's this amount of time. Yeah, no, it's just all weather based.
I saw snow 17 times.
Oh my god.
Technically,
Alright.
you're not wrong.
Alright, so
And it's 15.
with that, you guys are just kind of talking, and you're like, alright, though, so, I'm guessing, I could split it with you, depending what's involved. Because, if it's a long distance thing, us dwarves are a lot better sprinters than we are distance runners.
Wait, sounds.
And,
So that means we'll get there first and we'll win.
not if I trip you going up the door first.
Someone else is getting glass in there.
Alright,
It's
so
self-defense. You can do it.
I'm fine working with you. You seem like a well-off people.
Wait, sounds like a plan.
And it's I'm just in it for some of the money and for the experiences, and hopefully my goal is to find the perfectly cut ruby. You just see him kind of look up into the, daydreaming about it, just looking up.
And what is the perfectly cut? Is it like a thick cut, like bacon? Or is it like
Starboard?
T-bone
Sunburst.
cut?
No,
Ruby.
so
I got to stay.
it's a thing of my people. It's a story that was told.
Oh, so
There's
it's like
a,
artifact.
There's a cut of diamond of a ruby, so perfectly cut that it looks as if it has edges all over, but when you touch it, it's so smooth, almost like there's no edges. But it is so perfectly crafted that any spell channeled through it is magnitude 10 times stronger.
Does the ruby that I recently acquired fit this description?
It does not.
Okay. All right. I
Also,
was like,
the word is magnified.
Hey. He's a dwarf. He's not the smartest. Thorin is not that smart. So, do we have a deal on this?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
At this point, you see this man in armor kind of open a door and look out the office. Are you the ones that are coming to do the jobs?
Hello.
Oh, hello. Oh, Thorin. Expected to see you. You come back, please.
Right. I'll just follow them back into that
Yeah.
room.
So you guys all kind of head back. Thorin's kind of leading the way. Very pompous walk. He's kind of making, armor's clinking around. And he's just like, all right, first thing to know about this guy. He's really funny. So we'll have a good time. And you guys kind of make your way into this office. And you kind of all step in, kind of all standing, not a lot of sit. And you see this bearded human kind of sit behind a chair, stick his arms up and feet on the table. And he's just like, all right. So, you guys are, they said you guys are taking on 2 quests, yes? Yeah, maybe?
Yeah.
To start, we are at least thinking of doing this one about gathering information.
Okay, do you know what that entails?
Gathering information.
Thought that was why we were here.
So, the way this job works, you'd work tonight, through the entire night, with all the prisoners that we've gathered up. By any means necessary, retrieve information from them for us. Because they'd be put to death in the morning.
Is there?
Very easy. And you see Thorin's like, alright, I'll do that tonight. Yes.
What is it these prisoners are being put to death for exactly?
Hey, various crimes. Various crimes against the Empire, against the city, against its people. I can't give any details because each one is various and different.
Well,
Are there any issues if they don't make it to their execution in the morning?
If they die?
Yeah.
Preferably at least a little bit alive.
A little bit alive.
Because my friend here, Thorin, can actually bring him back from the brink of death. So at least they make it to the chopping stand.
So, wouldn't having a little bit of information on their crimes be helpful for us in gathering the intel?
No, not at all.
So we're just trying to get them to tell us anything?
We'll give you a set of phrases to ask, which should
Alright.
flood their memories. And other than that, you don't need to know. Why have any of that on your conscience for people who intend harm and deceit and death upon such good people of the city?
Can I roll an insight check?
Yeah.
Yes. Go roll insights.
Can I too? This is part of the reason for my
16.
escapades yesterday. 19.
Okay, you two with those rolls. He comes across as very straightforward. He also comes across as very self-righteous. What he's talking about is no matter what he says, it is law, and if someone breaks it, they are worse than trash. So he really doesn't think of the people in captivity as humans, as humanoid beings. To him, they're animals.
Alright.
Writing hurts.
Alright,
Nothing
so
else? At least nothing else right now.
I guess do we just come back tonight then?
Yes, you'll be coming around 1 in the morning is when the best time that happens, and anyone who is involved in this will be given different prisoners, and that's what happens to those who oppose this city.
If I'd waited like a freaking day, maybe. That would... Just got a curse to myself over here.
Alright, so for the other job, yes, you were talking about the stable boy, yes?
Yeah, that one.
The poor boy. Very, very nice family he came from. They were all killed in a recent attack by those people. So it's really sad to see, and he spoke out against certain witch in the city, and she left with his tongue. She, I believe, is in the Kelber woods, someplace. It's about a 2.5-3 hour ride from here. Other than that, don't have too much information. Her name is Angela. Or Angelina, I guess, is her full. We just call her Angela, or Angie, or Angel, or... I honestly don't remember her name. I didn't like her too much. The goal is to go back, get his tongue. Kill her if you want, I don't really care. If she causes any problems, we'll send people out to kill her, but in reality, we just want that tongue back because that boy has information that we need.
Okay.
And he can't read or write.
Okay.
So, those are the 2 jobs outland that you have inquired about. You interested in either of them?
Yes. About what time is it currently?
It was morning when we went to the docks, so...
By this point, it is... you guys went there early morning to the docks. It's probably about 10 a.m.
Alright, so that... We have time to do maybe both, depending on how cooperative Angelina is.
Yeah, I mean, just riding time alone would put us about 4 or 5 p.m. And then give us 2 hours to do it, 7 p.m. Come back, take a short rest, and go do the thing at 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Take in
said
mind,
what,
if you do stay up through the night, you will accrue a point of exhaustion.
You said it was 2 to 3 hours, right?
What?
Ride? 2 to 3 hours ride?
Yep, depending on your pace.
Okay, if we do a hard ride, that's only 4 hours, that's 2 in the afternoon. And then, like, there and back. And then if we had 2 hours for the job, we're back by, say, 4-ish. We can sleep until midnight.
Is there a hard time limit on the witch one?
Sorry?
Is there a hard time limit on the witch one?
Sooner is better. We don't know how far she'll get or she'll leave. And the information is, very, very vital. So, sooner the better. If not, then we will
What's here?
So you
gladly go to someone else.
was it 2 to 3 hours by like horseback or was it by walking?
By horseback.
Horseback, okay. I couldn't. So I mean, all we ought to do is, do you rent horses by chance?
You guys do have horses.
We do. Why do we have our? We had them because we were very. We have horses.
Uh-huh.
Guys,
Cass, come on.
damn it.
Barnaby.
Barnaby in the city.
Okay. And freaking heck, he's gonna be a thing again, and I'm gonna have to try to keep him straight. Okay. Barnaby. It's been too long. I don't remember anything, you
Alright,
guys.
so with that, you are interested in both, correct?
Yes.
I see if we even leave, like, as soon as possible, we could maybe get them both done today.
No, alright, I'd be fine working with you fine folks if you don't mind splitting the profit.
Wait, is this Thorn still?
This
or-
is Thorn.
Okay.
If you don't mind us splitting the profit with me, yes.
Everyone gets equal shares.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
Alright, then yeah, if you don't mind doing both jobs with us.
Oh, yeah, I don't mind at all.
Alright.
Besides, Angela's a close friend of mine.
We're friends.
Yes, friends. Friends with benefits.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically all friends. all friends have benefits.
Alright, so
I was trying to think of like a segue that we could do is like to say like, oh yeah, roll benefits and yeah, I got nothing.
Alright, so with it, I do need to get your informations. Just names. And I assume all of you have ID cards, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Alright, you kind of reach out. If I can just take those really quick.
After you pull out the weird little ID card.
It's all of you guys'?
Yeah.
You see him kind of take it to this odd tablet looking thing. And you see him just kind of put his hands on it and like move them across. And it glows blue. And you see this writing come up into the air and kind of begins writing itself. And you see it kind of float down to the book. And it transcribes itself onto it. And you see your guys' names, how you look, and all this other information.
I was gonna say, does he summon Blue Eyes White Dragon?
And then right after the Red Eyes Black Dragon. So with that, alright, so I expect you guys at 1 a.m. here, yes.
Yes.
Alright,
Okay.
sounds like a plan.
Alright, yes. Perfect. Alright, so I will leave you to it then. We'll expect you back. Hopefully with boys poor tongue and to do some work on the deviant and mischievous. You guys step out of the closet, step out of the room with Thorn there, and goes, alright, so when are we heading out?
Probably right
I
now.
was gonna say, I'm
if
good to
that's-
head out.
Right now, alright.
Warren starts going towards the door.
So we can get both jobs done in one day and get rest in between.
I do like making money in one day. Very nice, very nice. Alright, so, shall we?
Warren's
Yeah.
already headed towards
Yes.
the door.
Let's follow Warren. He's the leader now.
He
Oh,
always
no.
he knows exactly where we're going.
I trust him.
Oh boy.
He seems like a boy who is very much heads in the cloud.
Just so that way.
Trust that, but...
So right as Warren's outside, he stops because he actually has no idea where he's supposed to go.
So you kind of look around, and you kind of walked out the door and shut it, and you stop at the edge on the street there, and you kind of look around, and there's nobody around really, except for a couple people walking.
I don't have friends. No friends.
I went back towards the door.
You see Ophelia follow you out.
Okay.
Everyone's following now.
Stables are this way.
Okay.
So you guys make your way to the stables to
Pick up our horses for a little bit.
yes.
Does anyone want to pass me
So
another
you make your way to the
Mountain Dew?
stables
I'm
by the name
stress
of
drinking at this
Kimhorn.
point.
What?
You make your way to the Kenhorn stables with Kenhorn, the old wiry, old dwarf with the mute stable hand.
Boy.
And you guys kind of make your way in and you see,
All right. What do you want?
Horses.
So we're here to grab our horses that we just dropped by.
All right. I believe. I don't remember you guys.
We were with Barnaby.
Ah, Barnaby's friends. Okay. Boy.
kind of shoos the boy and the boy goes running. About 5-10 minutes later, they're all saddled up. You see a interesting looking large sheep come out with a saddle on it.
You're the sheep.
And you see you see Thorn go up to it and begin stroking its long fur, very Billy Goat Gruff style. And he goes, my boy, good. You see him kind of hop on, pull himself up, almost throwing himself onto this, and you realize now he kind of climbed up, there's like a ladder going up. He is now sitting at least, where you guys would be sitting in your horses, at least 3 or 4 heads taller than all of you.
That's a big sheep.
It's huge.
Souped up.
Alright,
Sheep is on steroids.
shall we go, yes?
Yes.
Yeah. Since you say, oh my gosh, I'm struggling with accents this week. Alright, since you say you know Angelina, maybe you should lead the way.
Oh, I more than know her.
I don't need to know that. I really don't.
You asked.
You know
I
it now,
didn't
so.
go.
But you did. You said you seem to know her.
Yeah, that was a statement.
Wait.
That was a.
That was a statement. You seem to know her.
It was a statement, not a question.
A statement, not the question.
You don't always need to respond just to questions.
Sorry, I'm trying to memorize your accent so I can use it to mimic you.
I don't like it.
I don't like it. Was that lit? Yes.
Yeah. You're getting there. You're getting there.
All right, shall we go?
Yes.
The forests are to the north.
Alright.
So, who's leading? Because I don't want to be the front.
I literally just asked if you would lead the way.
I
You said
will
yes.
lead the way.
I did? I'm sorry, I was so entranced on your accent that I was really trying to learn it.
Onward, and I'll start
Oi.
going, and I'll take the lead.
All right. You see, he whispers to his large sheep ram-looking thing, and he starts following behind you, and you see him kind of take his saddle and kind of undo a back of it, and it kind of lays back. And you see him lay back on the saddle, kind of close his eyes,
Him and kissed. What the heck?
and you see him kind of pull out a violin and he begins playing.
What is with the men we travel with? We meet strange people and then they all have lounge chairs on their rides.
It's a good idea.
At this point, you hear, "Hey, you don't have a lounge chair on your ride."
'Cause I don't need one.
Oh, you do need one. You
How-
don't know how much you need one until you no longer have one.
Someone needs to steer.
Oh no, I told him.
The steer can steer.
I told
thought
him
it
to
was a
follow.
sheep.
I told him to follow the cat. He'll follow the cat wherever he goes.
I'll
Yeah.
be the last one because I don't want him being the last one.
Oh yeah.
And I will head north towards. I assume I can probably see a forest northward.
You can kind of see on the edge of the horizon. Yes.
Okay, I'll head that way.
And I say we ride hard. I feel like we could push the horses hard for a couple hours and let them rest while we do our thing and push them again for a hard couple hours. So
All right. So, it's a couple miles away. So it's about 8 miles away. If you push them hard, you can get there in 2 miles or 2 hours.
alright.
It's 8 miles. If you push hard,
For 2
2
hours.
miles.
Warp speed
Oh.
activate.
Alright, let's
Ludicrous speed.
I say we push hard
What's
then,
up? We've never
so we
been
have time for a full rest before tonight.
Yeah.
So you guys take off at a very fast pace, galloping.
I like being an elf.
And you kind of see that Thor's just kind of laying back, and you just see this hair of this just And you see it's kind of making an airflow. You guys can feel this air coming from the sides of it, even though the air's hitting you in the face from all this fur. And you just see Warren's beard just kind of...
Maybe he is like an ox.
Yeah,
Maybe he's
yeah.
alpha.
Maybe.
Yep.
Yep, motherfucker.
Maybe I should trim some of the fur off the thing and get another afro.
God, no.
All right, so
Also,
you
not
guys,
bald.
you guys travel, passing a couple fields here and there, passing
Make it more
farmers,
of a
people
mullet.
coming in town, some people going away. You guys have spent the first hour, make your way 4 miles, taking a little bit of a break there, and you guys. I'm trying to get my music; it won't operate.
We'll find
And you make your way
a creature.
into this dark forest. It's definitely the wrong music for
We'll find a creature with like kind of Chinese dragon whiskers,
A Fu Manchu
and
kind
then
of
I'll
just
turn
like.
it into a Fu Manchu.
Alright, so
So
yes.
before the combat and everything, sorry, there may be
Before we're
whatever.
all murdered.
Yeah. So dashing is an action, correct?
Yes.
With cunning action,
It's a bonus action.
it's a bonus. So could I dash as an action and
Yes.
then dash as a bonus
Yeah.
action?
Gotta go fast.
I don't think you can do that on your horse, though.
Well, no, I just I've got another feat
He's
that
trying to.
doubles
Oh
my
yeah,
speed.
feline agility.
Yeah.
No, you could move like a ridiculous amount of distance in one
You-
turn.
If you were a
curl
monk, that'd be
into a
even
ball.
more.
And
Yeah. So
Alright.
6 feet. I could go 180 feet in one turn.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well, you need to remember at level like 18, Tenzin can move like over 120 feet.
well, mine's 180 at level 3.
Yeah. Now imagine playing a monk as a tabaxi. They
And
move
then- and then-
ridiculous.
have your wizard cast like speed up or whatever
Haste.
that haste.
Yeah.
There we go.
No. Yeah. No. I've seen.
Be
I don't
flash.
remember.
Alright, so
It's
Flash cat.
you guys make your way. This forest growing ever closer. Eventually, the landscape slightly begins to change. Very oddly enough, it almost seems a part of a tropical forest, almost like a semi-tropic forest, with regular inland trees mixed with these large jungle-type trees with very much vines coming down from very vibrant greens.
Are there any coconuts?
Are there
For what?
limes in said coconuts?
Go ahead, make a perception check.
8.
Are we gonna learn about the aerodynamics of a coconut?
You look, you see a looks like some palm trees, and you're like, I'm pretty sure those are coconut trees. And you're looking, and you're looking,
It's got a face.
and you're looking, and I think you see a coconut at the top of it.
Very nice.
Do we see swallows?
I was looking for that.
Yeah, well, I said it's like, so we're gonna
Yes.
learn about the aerodynamics of a coconut as well, or
Are we talking African swallows or the regular swallow?
You're
I don't know that.
If we're going African, just one. But if we're going European, gotta have two. And then
Why?
Y'all don't even know if there's coconuts yet.
I
so-
don't.
Alright,
It's not the point.
Wasn't the point of us four being like, he just us four, that maybe we'd be more on track?
We tried. We failed.
It was
I-
a simple question. He said it was like a rainforest. Or what did tropical forest? That's what you
semi-tropic-
said.
semi-tropic.
Yeah. That's what
so you guys begin making your way, and you enter this forest, this path, as it goes into it. Immediately, this humid, muggy air hits you, almost as if you've crossed a boundary. And bugs begin kind of swarming all around and all over you. Just the constant buzz of the forest around you. You hear birds, you hear squawks, squeaks. You hear sounds you've never heard before from animals you don't understand. And you make your way another probably around 1,000 feet into the forest, and the trail stops. Dead ends.
Hey, Thorin, you got any idea with your knowledge of this person where Angelina may be?
I haven't seen her since she left. I'm just along for the ride right now, and he starts playing his violin again. Sorry,
Okay.
I'm working on my serenade.
Oh great, he's gonna serenade her too.
Can I make a perception check?
I was gonna say, what would it be to look for like a path, like just a walked
Survival
path?
check.
Survival.
Where I'm already kind of looking up, I would look like, is there enough gap through trees to maybe see like smoke or something coming up anywhere?
Not really.
Okay.
13.
Also 13.
You guys are kind of 13 perception, 15 survival.
We need to find a duck.
With your 13 perception,
We have to make
you're
sure
kinda
she's
looking,
I want to take the cook.
You're not really finding a trail with that survival check. You're not as knowledgeable about these forests.
I'm not looking for a trail. I'm just making a general.
A general?
Yeah, just seeing if there's anything kind of odd or strange around.
No, it's very natural forest.
Okay.
With your survival check of a 13, you're not really used to these forests. You don't know them too well. You see a couple places off on the trail that could maybe be game trails, but no definite path.
Alright. Where would you go if you wanted to live in a weird forest?
I would imagine in the forest.
Alright. And where would you build your house?
In the forest.
In a
Are
dense
you not looking for
section.
smart assery right now?
I would do it in a clearing in the middle of a dense section.
Alright. Is there an area nearby that looks denser?
It's all pretty dense around you.
Smaller.
It's a forest.
Okay, well, density
Can we see the
varies
forest
in
for the trees?
forests.
Shrubbery.
Is there a Lorax around here anymore?
Do the trees speak Vietnamese?
I'm not even gonna ask.
I ain't going near that.
Oh god.
Okay.
Alright.
Hey,
I have an idea.
I've seen Warren. I've seen you talking to. Can you talk to animals?
Yeah.
Do you know if?
Have I seen any animals in the forest?
Yeah, with your perception check, you've seen quite a few different birds flitting around. At one point, you saw a little chipmunk-looking thing, very, very, very fat cheeks. Its head was about this big, it had stuff in it. Its body was about there. It was a little larger. At one point, you
Is it
thought
dire
you-
chipmunk?
At one point, you thought you saw a skunk. As
No
it saw you, it
question
kind of
that
looked and kind of scurried off.
Let's not question
Okay,
this
I'm
guy.
going to get off of my horse. I'm going to walk at least 5 feet away from everyone and kind of sit on the ground and see if any animal at all will come near me.
Make an animal handling check.
Animal handling? Okay.
With disadvantage.
Ooh,
How
okay.
close you are to the party.
Okay. Okay. Ooh, oh, that's okay. I got 2 good rolls. So that's 19.
You're just kind of sitting there, starting a little meditate, and just letting the energy flow and just feeling around, getting used to the sounds and surroundings. And you hear a sound kind of come from the left, a little deeper in the forest, and open your eyes and slowly look. And you see what looks to be a small roe deer,
Okay.
and it's just kind of staring at you. Very curious, not scared, but wary.
I'm going to cast Speak with Animals. And so that's 1, okay. And I'm just going to talk to the deer and ask if it's seen any people, strange people, in the forest other than us.
I was gonna say, please add that caveat, please.
You hear this kind of light voice respond. You guys hear like a deer call almost. No, you kind of get the words that come through, and she's just like, "Oh, the nice one. She's farther into the forest."
Hope we going the right way.
Just keep going. She's there.
Okay.
She'll find you if you're nice enough.
Okay.
And the deer just kind of turns and walks away.
Bye, friend.
As you kind of go by, friend, you see the tail just kind of flip.
I get up and start going
Alright,
back
well,
to
my
the
phone
group.
is not working. Is there anyone watching besides us?
Probably.
Because I
Maybe.
can't.
Who knows?
There are 2
Well,
in total.
I was going to say hello in chat, but my phone is being slow, so hello.
As he's talking with the deer, I knock an arrow.
Okay, calm down there, Bambi. But so I walk back to the group and I get back on my horse.
As we all just kind of look at you, just
We're supposed to go that way.
okay.
Great. It's all of us just
Doran
like,
stops playing and turns to his large friend. Goes, follow the young-looking nice elf. He knows where to go. And you see the kind of makes its way behind you.
So I'm just gonna start moving in the direction that the deer pretty much said just keep going, and then if we're nice enough, hopefully she'll find us.
That's why you're in front.
So wait, you tell us that the deer called her like the nice one?
Yeah.
Okay. Doesn't that seem a little contradictory to what we were told?
Well, people were making fun of her, or at least talking bad about her.
Yes,
So
but
I'd run away
I
too.
don't know. I don't know if I necessarily trust the man who has
Some
given us
people
the
are mean.
jobs. I think that maybe the idea of right in this town is a little twisted.
Well, Wright's over there.
Some people are just.
Plus, we're getting money. So we get the tongue. If she attacks us, well, then we fight back.
Let's try not to have there be a fight.
Hey,
Obvious.
so those who may know magic more than me, with healing the tongue, does it have to be the boy's tongue?
I mean, technically speaking, if there was like a strong enough cleric or something, they can maybe do a restoration.
Well, no, I'm like, we could take like a cow tongue.
I genuinely thought you said Stroganoff cleric.
No,
I was like,
strong
what?
enough. Strong enough.
Comes with a big
It's holy-
Stroganoff, starts throwing it.
No,
Holy pasta.
a
It's holy pasta.
Strong enough.
The patron is the flying spaghetti monster.
They could probably, I don't know, do a higher level, like a strong restoration spell, and like over time, or even like regrow the tongue. But
like a cow tongue.
I don't think that'll work.
well, I mean, proportionally, I would say no.
Some mother child's tongue.
I'm gonna say no again. But I mean, technically
Sorry, young
speaking,
one,
I
we
think
need
with
your tongue.
powerful enough healing spells that you could fix it. But I mean,
Okay.
I think we should just get his tongue so they can put that one back.
Yeah. Okay.
And yes, that sounds disgusting.
Wow,
Well.
still going.
You guys begin making your way
Onward, strange one.
into the forest deeper. You get to a point where you realize your horses aren't going to be able to make the trek anymore.
Can we at least lead them, or do we need to hitch up
It's
somewhere?
getting really thick.
How long has it been?
It has been probably 25 minutes.
Ah, so it's past how long Speak with Animals lasts.
Yeah, no, it's 10 minutes.
Um,
So it would have ended by now.
Well, we
right.
can always just tie them
I was
to
gonna
some
say-
branches or trees.
Well,
Or we could tie them to Thorin's dude.
True. The goat will isn't. No. I just will tie him to like a tree, or is there like a fallen log or anything?
Yeah, there's plenty of like undergrowth and other things you can tie it to.
Alright, we'll just
If
tie
we
him
take all
to
of them
something.
and put them in a circle facing in and tie all of the leads together, then it would be a pain in the butt for them to go anywhere.
Hello.
Ooh, he's got a call.
Oh. Is it Cthulhu?
You're looking at that back.
Well, I can't understand what they're saying, so maybe. I just heard noises.
Call from a Cthulhu.
Yes, my lord.
What's up, Cthulhu?
Cthulhu.
What's up, Cthulhu?
Alright, so
What in the Jesus goddamn? Okay.
Yeah, you take that over there.
Bye. Have fun.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're gonna tie them all up to something. Fallen tree, you were saying.
Easy
That sounds
enough.
like
You
a
guys
good idea.
find something to tie them all to. You guys see Thorin just kind of doesn't tie his up and just begins walking up to Thorin. Alright, young one. Where do we go?
We keep going this way.
That way.
Yeah.
Alright, I can trust you. You seem like a nice enough fellow.
It's the same person too. I don't know who they are.
Tell them to stop it.
Like, so the last one,
Maybe.
they hung up on me after I hung up on them before. It's like,
Maybe just like
Put
Oh,
your
yeah.
phone
let
on.
the call go to voicemail.
I put it
See
on
if they leave
silent.
Silent, yeah.
leave a message that you can understand. That's so bizarre.
Alright, so.
It's Cthulhu.
Wait, what was the area code on it? Was it
435, I think.
Oh yeah, that's something you should say over stream.
Here.
It's not his number.
Still. But yeah. So as we're moving forward, I'm just gonna kind of just run my hand along some of the trees and some of the plants.
Yeah, it's you just get this overwhelming feeling of peace. It's a very nostalgic feeling, the feeling that you're getting. A very familiar feeling.
Does it remind me like a lot of like?
Yes. It
Okay.
does. It does. So you guys begin making your way farther in, following Warren's as he's stepping through things. Warren, you seem to have an innate feeling where to go. And you guys watch Warren turning left. He turns right. He goes straight for a little bit. At one point, doubles back and goes back another way. And eventually, you find yourselves, after 30 minutes of walking, you find yourselves at a wall of trees.
I think we found it.
So tightly grown together that you can't see the other side.
On his full name and address.
No.
Not
No.
really.
Jeez Louise,
Like-
he's doing some like crazy coding.
Was it a
What
person?
are you
Like, was it
doing?
someone just calling me, or was it like a business?
It looks like it's a city council delegate.
No, I don't care.
Oh, yeah.
They're calling for your vote, man.
I don't care. I haven't-
Repeatedly.
Are you gonna vote for me?
I'll vote for Zach. Yes.
That's
I'll
one
write.
more vote
I'll
than
write
last
in.
time.
I'll just write in
Zach.
Matt Mercer.
Matt Mercer.
I would vote for
Governor.
Matt Mercer for president. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh,
But then we wouldn't have Critical Role anymore because
I
you're too
wouldn't
busy.
do that for me.
So,
Oh, yeah,
with
God,
reaching
no.
the wall, we are gonna take a small break. Probably 10-minute break, 10-15-minute break. So, if you wanna.
Okay.
You can
We
finally
will
take
be
your
right
call.
back, guys, after we.
I don't care, I'm not-
He already went to break.
guys.
Unmute.
All right, you guys, welcome back. She just got drooled on by a cat.
Miss Quota, why?
It wasn't me.
At least this time.
All right, so
I feel betrayed as the Miss Quota.
we left you guys this
Caleb, finish your
tree wall of fence
Put it over there,
almost
fill it up.
No,
in the
fill it
way where Warren, you feel
Or do that.
I was just petting the cat. I don't think you want me to touch it.
Heels are important.
I live with that cat. I don't care.
Hey, well, that was random distraction.
Wall of
I'm
trees.
not here to
Okay,
say
so the wall
no.
of trees. Is there anything that looks even vaguely like an opening, or is it just like solid?
Does it
Solid.
look like the trees have been manipulated to grow that way, or does it look more natural?
It's kind of a mix of both. I need you to make a nature check.
I would like to touch it.
I'd like to make a nature check as well.
Yep, make a nature check.
I love it. I want to touch it.
Yeah. I'm gonna go up and touch it.
Advantage for you, Warren.
So
Hot
nice.
diggity daffodil.
Okay.
I'll wait till he's done.
Okay, so that's we gotta think about math right now.
My math was easy.
20. There
A
was 20.
4.
All right, so
Well, I had to think about 16.
with your 4,
They look like trees.
dude, these trees are well grown together.
Oak.
Very natural, very pretty. You think that, you could maybe carve something in there on occasion, maybe. If you spent a lot of time here, you could make it a beautiful mural on the wall. As for you, Warren, you kind of look through and you realize it's almost identical to what protects your home.
I would like to carve an ID.
Night.
Do you remember what that means?
I don't think so, and I'm worried.
Identifying dick. I know Miss Clark. And then
This is our group.
draw a crudely drawn dick, and then Urag was here. And it has to be WUZ, obviously.
You're not a turtle this time, though.
I know.
You're not.
But I'm still the same mental state of a child, basically.
That never changes.
Yeah. But, so it's exactly like how it is at my home.
Almost identical, just different temperate climate.
And go back.
Well, if it is like my home, then there definitely is an entrance somewhere.
Do you need to sing the
Open
magical
sesame.
song of your people?
No, we don't have that. I'm just gonna start kind of running
I
my
can speak
hand
Elvish. I can sing
along-
backup vocals.
You think that we speak in Elvish? I'm just gonna start running my hand along kind of this wall of trees, and hopefully I'll find either something that isn't supposed to be there or something
You,
else.
you begin running your
It's
hand
just a
and
door.
kind of walking your way across,
Sliver.
kind of just feeling the trees, feeling nature around you, and you stop when your hand hits a knot on the tree,
Mhm.
and as your hand hits it, in your mind you hear a voice in Sylvan speak to you. It goes, "Hi, young one. What is your business here?" It's a very very calm voice. It almost seems to come from the trees, as if the trees are speaking to you.
The Lorax.
If he doesn't have a mustache like that, I will be very disappointed, Zach.
I mean,
We're trying to find a woman.
I was gonna say
The point still stands.
Angelina's a lady.
Oh God.
Did you just assume her gender?
Do you want to try that one more time?
I know what I said.
Okay, so as Warren kind of just looks around, just like, we're here to talk.
I am
I'm
Morax. I
responding
speak
back
with the
insolent.
trees.
You kind of just once again hear it come from the trees. And it goes, "Speak, friend, and
Melon.
Speak, friend.
So you say friend in Sylvan, and you feel the trees not begin to shake or anything, but they seem to just kind of slowly grow, and you see slowly entrance, a curved archway of trees grows up, and it opens up, and on the other side looks to be a clearing, bright sunlight streaming down.
I just come turn over. I found a thing.
Very nice.
Why?
You turned the doorknob.
Very good, Warren. Are we allowed in?
I think so.
Okay.
I'm gonna start going through.
Okay, yeah. So you guys all follow.
Yeah, I'll follow Warren.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys begin making your way in, and through this tree,
Koda, why is
this
there some of your
earthen
fur
smell,
right there?
very pretty. I can't find this stupid music. There it is.
Scratch the boy.
Step through immediately.
Down.
The scenery around changes to beautiful flowers growing all around. Trees. You see a couple fruit trees, berry bushes, and you see animals wandering around close. You see a very large black bear, and it's kind of sitting on his butt, just kind of picking these berries and like eating them. Right next to the black bear, you see what looks to be a larger cat of some sort, and it's just kind of nuzzled up to the black bear laying down next to it.
Are we in freaking Eden here?
This is the fucking Jungle Book.
There we go. I was like, I know there's a reference.
Quit hitting my references.
Oh, I heard bear and then a black cat. I'm just like,
Did he prick his paw?
On the
On a prickly pear?
paw.
So, you guys begin making your
Carol,
way,
this thing might
and you see
copyright.
up ahead looks to be a couple structures. No smoke coming from them, and you see what looks people outside of them.
As in multiple
Yeah.
people.
About 5 different people. You see, they look all to be elven.
Would I know this to be a druid, kind of like a grove for druids?
You are kind of figuring that out.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna turn to Thorin. And be like, was Angelina an elf? I never thought to ask of her race.
I never saw, you know. I don't look at the races,
I was just about to say that's racist.
but yes, she was an elf. Is an elf.
Okay.
She's not trans elf.
Trans racist.
Sorry, we don't have reincarnation spells yet.
Okay. It's just helpful to know
Thanks,
what I'm looking
Tori.
for.
We will have a good session. Hashtag no Dargans for you today. So,
Then the druid leader comes in. Dargans for everyone here.
And you get a Dargan, then you get.
hey Caleb,
So
your
hand them
face
out
is
like
on 2
freaking
cameras.
lollipops.
My face is on 2 cameras. When I turn, does it show up?
So
Our stream is going great.
We're working on it.
Yeah.
We're new.
you guys,
Talk to that one.
what do you guys do?
Well,
He says okay.
that's a real good question. That's a real good question, don't you know?
Don't you know?
I will go up to the group of 5-ish people. And I will ask them. Hi, we are looking for Angelina. Is there an Angelina here?
We all kind of look at you, and almost not understanding.
Don't you do it.
Like, one of them kind of raises an eyebrow.
I'm going to walk over now and respond in druidic. Hello.
They kind of look at you, and they all kind of get these big happy smiles on their faces, and they go, "Hello there, brother."
Hello.
And you see all these 5, including this little kid, they all kind of run up to Warren, and they all kind of grab your hand and stuff. And this older lady kind of pulls you in and hugs you.
I hug her back. Just.
Very, very sweet. And she kind of goes, "So, what brings a brother here from the sister?"
We're supposed to meet a lady.
Who are you to meet?
Angela. Angelina.
Jolie.
Oh, perfect. I can guide you. But again, welcome. It's been a long time since we've had someone from the Sister Grove.
I didn't even know this was a place.
It's been a long time. How is everyone up there?
I don't know. It's been a while. I mean, it was good when I left, I think.
You can't be more than 18 seasons old.
16.
How many seasons you've been away?
70.
At least 2.
You have much to learn. Very, very wonderful seeing you. If you ever wish to visit back, she kind of pulls you up and whispers, and she goes, "Just come here and we'll be able to take you through the trees."
Cool.
And you kind of make your way, and you pass this, you realize you're heading more towards the center to this very, very large tree that kind of takes up most of this area. And around the tree, it's just beautiful. In the tree, you see hanging moons, suns, among other things. And you're almost drawn to it in a way.
God damn it.
Almost familiar, like you've seen it before. And there you see an elven lady. She's just kind of sitting there, and she seems to be almost meditating. And you see just almost similar like tattoos as you have, though there seem to be considerably more on her.
I would assume so. So she's just meditating there. Did everyone else follow me, or am I just getting dragged along?
Well, I'm not leaving you alone. I'm following you.
No one listens to me anyway.
Yeah.
Well, they don't understand you. That's the real reason. But so she's just meditating there.
Sick tats, bro.
Warren has markings just like that. Okay, so Warren's gonna just walk over and just kind of just cross his legs and sit down, kind of just right next to her.
As you sit down, she kind of reaches out a hand for you.
I touch.
As you kind of touch, you hear a voice that's, "I see you found me after the information I gave you in the tavern."
I'm gonna lean over to Urag and be like,
That makes sense now.
Damn.
Maybe we should.
Yeah, and I'm still
carve
speaking
things.
entirely in Druidic, so you guys will not know what the heck Warren is saying.
We only know that she's the lady that you gave the thing to. I think we saw that.
I don't think you guys saw
I don't
that.
think any of us saw
Only
that.
Jinxie probably saw that, and she's not here.
Regardless, for the joke. Really? You're gonna do your little tiny sneeze too?
Okay.
you hit her in the nose with your eraser.
So she kind of looks at you and goes, "So, is that what brings you here to talk with me?"
It's about a boy and his missing tongue.
That was fun. Though, I'm sad that boy can no longer speak.
We heard you took his tongue. Did you do that?
Yes, I did.
Why?
He has information I can't let get out.
Is it dangerous information?
Very dangerous.
Does it involve this place?
It very well could.
Oh, that's not good.
See, you brought friends.
Yeah, these are my friends.
Seems like a good group you're with.
I like my friends.
I'm just going over. Is this Angelina?
He kind of looks towards you. Yes. Though I've learned to not speak until spoken to with her.
Well, I just wanted to know.
Yeah, it is. But, she'll talk in a second.
Okay.
And you see him he sits down, kind of plucks a piece of grass, and he kind of plucks another. He begins weaving them.
I thought I was gonna do the whistle thing.
I know.
Go.
That's what I was worried about too. Right, I'll just stand kind of behind Warren.
I don't like you.
So,
I don't
introduce me to your friends, yes. And she kind of begins standing up with you.
Okay. It's like, okay, so this is Ophelia. This is Diego. This is Urag. That's Soren. You guys are friends, though.
Helen, greetings.
Hello.
Thorin, we'll talk later. Then you see him just kind of wink at her. He's like, alright, goes like that to him and he walks away. So I see you've met my associate.
Are you referring to Thorin?
Yes.
Yeah, he sort of stole this job from us. Did he know you? He probably took the job just because he knows she was the one who took the tongue.
Oh.
Wait, yeah. So, might I ask why you took the boy's tongue?
He has information concerning the rebellion.
Question number 2. What rebellion?
The one against the city.
And is that what all those people are being hung upside down for?
You see a dark look kind of pass over her face. She kind of puts her head down and alas, yes, so much friends, cohorts, soldiers, wishing to bring freedom upon the oppressed. The city seems to be ruled by an iron fist, one that craves only for power or control. The boy we weren't able to get out in time before they killed his family. We took his speech so they would keep him alive.
So if we were to bring back his tongue, it would be a death sentence for him anyway.
It wouldn't be wouldn't be good. No.
Was there a gentleman who was a part of your rebellion who, and I'm gonna describe what the one guy looked like.
You see a very sad look across her face. And she goes, yes, he was my half-brother.
I'm very sorry about that.
Did we establish?
She kind of looks at you, a very knowing
with
look on her face.
the city or against it?
And she goes,
I don't remember.
you tried your best. And that's all we can ask for in a time like this.
There's a specific word for it, yes, but I
I
know
mean,
that the city
like,
doesn't like him.
you know
That's why
that.
he goes by Barnaby instead of
I
Cass.
know about everything that happens in our city.
I'm very sorry. I felt like the reason I just felt that the reason he was up there was wrong.
It's very wrong. All of them that are up there right now.
They're all up there for the rebellion.
They're up there for standing up for the people, for caring, for having a heart. He my brother, he stood up for those who were about to be killed, and he got many out of the city about a week ago. And we got at least 100 people out who were destined to be killed. And what he did was very courageous, selfless, but the cost of him being captured and eventually his own life.
I'm gonna ask Angelina, right?
Yes.
Are you affiliated with Barnaby at all?
Kissed. He's a good man, very good man. Yeah. Worked hand in hand with him a lot.
So is that why we can't call him Kest in the cities? Because he's part of the rebellion?
Yes, he's not actually allowed to trade in this part of the country because of what he stands for.
Good to know. Okay.
So, we have a bit of a predicament here. Obviously, I would like to get paid, but
But we
completing
can't
these jobs
is wrong.
is
We can't
puts us
do
in a
it.
bit of a bind. Yes.
We can't do it. It's not right. Like, you've seen the way they treat the people. I mean, obviously, they think it's normal because they've grown up that way, but it's not right.
The slave trade has been temporarily stopped. But I fear it will start up soon again. We're trying our best to get the people out of the slum areas, those who in the night disappear, the ones who the soldiers take from their beds, the kids they rip as they scream for their mothers, the sons and daughters who will never see families again.
Thorin, what? Are there any consequences for not completing a job? Or just kind of abandoning it?
I came here to leave the city. I was too closely tracked with my involvement with many individuals. I took the job with you as a way to leave the city, actually.
Well, that might have been good to know. Just thought.
Hey,
Also, what is your accent, man? It's
I don't know.
changed again.
Shut up.
I,
Shut up.
you could very much go back to the city with something bloody to mind and say you better got away with your lives and say the rebellion. But were ambushed or something, but I don't know the repercussions of returning with failure.
Well, I don't think we can return. Don't think we can return completing the job. It just feels wrong.
Is there a way to get rid of the boy's memory?
I don't know. I am not one who's accomplished with the minds. I don't. It's not something I know well. No. That would fall under something of a wizard. And as you can see, and as you met your friend here, we are not wizards. We are sorcerers. We're those who cherish life eternal, cherish the land for what it brings us, for what it gives.
Since he was talking about it earlier, what kind of a tongue could we return with? Because they aren't gonna specifically know that it's his tongue.
It's not his tongue we took. It was his voice. She kind of then reaches, and you see her kind of reach towards the grass. Now, almost as these plants seem to weave, you see her reach in and pull a bottle. What looks to be almost a magic piece of fire inside. We took his voice from him. His tongue disappears with that, not cut, not ripped out.
Well,
What?
that's a simple enough solution. We're only tasked with returning the tongue.
They just think that, they probably honestly just think you removed the tongue, not the voice.
Well, the problem is with this, guess you could call it a curse of sorts, is, when the voice is taken, the tongue almost seems to, magically, leave in a nexus of sorts, and is stored away elsewhere. Though it's not entirely known why, the tongue is more magical than other parts of the body.
I'll take a wild guess that's those verbal components to magic.
Yes, the somatic elements.
So what if we just replaced it with something?
Like if we, I don't know, because if we like brought a tongue that wasn't even his tongue, and then he still couldn't speak, they'd probably kill him.
And again, he's the only one left.
What if we got him out of the city? Could we bring him here?
It'd be very hard, but it's a possibility. It's the reason he's kept so close to the upper keep.
They don't want him getting.
He's watched over by Kemhorn, an old wiry man. He may not look it, but the man is a master fighter. He is trained well with the sword. He's a very accomplished veteran, actually. And he's been tasked with keeping the stables because it's what he enjoys, but that boy is charged for the time being. A bodyguard of sorts. If you could take him from him, it's possible.
So we either show up as failures and see what happens.
I think, because his tongue is missing, correct? It is actually gone.
Yes.
So, if we returned with a tongue, maybe it's just a result of having it removed that it just can't be replaced. We still made an attempt. They might not see any use for him. They would drop it. They could possibly drop the guard on him. And as, like, just a last resort, maybe they'll kill him in the morning. And before that, we can go in there.
What we're worried about is the executions that we've been told will take place tomorrow. That he might be included in the lot. Though it's not sure yet.
So about that, we may have it in.
That was the plan. Thorin came to speak
Just like-
with us.
You couldn't have told us anything.
You just see him kind of go like that and wink at you.
I had other things on my mind.
You're a real piece of work.
Hey, I am not a piece of work. No. I
made
am
He's
fun
a-
masterpiece.
I was just gonna say
You
something like that.
made
He's a
fun
piece
of
of
me
art.
the whole way here, and you couldn't even tell us one little tidbit about this.
No.
You never asked, so.
And to be fair, that's true. But in reality, I didn't know if I could trust you. I knew I could trust this young elf here
Hello.
because of his upbringing, and I recognized you're that too, young. I met quite a few like you. So, once again, I am very glad to have met you, and I hope we can be friends.
I made a friend. Goodness, you made new friends.
All right. Well,
Right, Warren was it? Yes.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the matter? What are your thoughts on those being forced to serve or being forced to do things against their will?
No, they shouldn't.
And why is that?
'Cause that's not nice.
Interesting. what was it? Diego?
Yeah.
Doggo?
Doggo.
Alright, so Doggo.
Why
yeah,
didn't you do that?
Doggo.
Doggo feline.
What are your thoughts on this? You seem a little, different than most.
I'm pondering, as much of what has been discussed here hadn't been seen in my short time in the city. But there's always a lot that goes unseen, especially when it doesn't want to be seen.
There's underneath the city, there is mines underneath the city. At night, the guards patrol to lead out to the arbors where minerals, precious gems, residium is mined. There's the center tower, the monolith there. It is a shield of sorts. Those who are chained to the area wear these almost cuffs on their ankles that work, that allow them not to pass a certain line through this magical barrier. And hence they mine this residium that is used, and it's what keeps them there. It's what locks them to the place. It's what powers the center.
I mean, I knew I had a bad feeling about the town when we went into it, but I didn't imagine the level of just terrible things. I
Kind
guess
of
that
makes
there
me
are.
feel tingly. Not in a good way.
Don't you look at me with your bad eye.
That's the issue with the city right now. It's those who come and visit rarely see the dark underbelly that is the city. It has been this way for about 300 years. Only getting worse and worse. The tyrannical rulers. There is a ruler of the city who is in the central monolithic tower. Her and a couple of the choice ones. They are the high elves, a dynasty, I guess, of the city there. That they control parts and cities around the world that manufacture and sell these goods. And because of how much money and how much power they've accrued, almost none dare stand in their way.
So what you're saying is we must seize the means of production.
She is a very older elf. She's over 500 years old. She's seen a lot and done a lot.
Well,
Thankfully, there are no dwarves in the city. About 156 years ago, my father and my tribes, my clan, stood up against the city. A revolt happened. We were able to escape where I was born, in the mountains. I've since come back, tried to bring freedom and help the rest. And that's our problem. They discovered this grove a while back and have been seizing to take control of it as different druids would make their way out. They would disappear, which is why Angelina is involved with this as well.
Well,
We don't ask for your help, no. But you know the situation. Act as you must. But be warned, if you do act against us, we will show force against you.
I won't be acting against you. I'm trying to think of a way to help you now that we have the ID cards. They can track us fairly easily. So I'm not sure how we can help you out without also endangering you.
Is there a way to tamper with these ID cards without obvious signs of it having been done?
Hey, that's what we've been trying to figure out. We've been working with a certain person in the Crescent Moon. Yasmin. I don't know if you've met her or not yet.
You've met Yasmin.
Yes, we've been working with her and we are close to formulating. In fact, it should hopefully be done tonight, where we believe there's a way to counter these cards and be able to cause little ruckus, I guess.
Okay.
Our goal right now, the next 2 days, Kest will be sailing on. He is a fleet of vessels. I don't know how much you know about him.
Not
But,
very much.
We're traveling with him.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, Angelina goes, alright, then I will explain it to you. So, Kest here is a very dear friend of mine, actually. His fleet of vessels stands at least a dozen strong, all under different trading charters, under different names, different proprietors. They are they've all been equipped to battle at sea. They I guess counteract pirates is the official word. 2 days from now.
Edward Kenway.
2 days from now. We wish to once again attack the city. Draw attention elsewhere. Make our way down to the tunnels, where Cass will be waiting at the starboard, seaboard, with the ships ready. And we wish to get as many onto these ships. And with the magical device that Jasmine is working on, we'll be on all the ships to be able to counter this force field of sorts. And this will take place in 2 days, and I believe if you were to go with Kest, from the contact I've had with him, that I've heard about you, by the way, that you were going to help out a little bit.
I mean, I can only speak for myself, but I'm more than willing to help.
If it involves fighting, I'm down.
And I guess that's Diego.
Yeah. I'm in to do it.
Right. We'll have to probably speak with the rest of our party and see if they're in.
I understand, I guess. So, that's where we're at.
Right. This is going to be interesting.
That's to say the least, yes.
So, you're turning to Thorin. I take it you're not coming back with us to help us try to break people out tonight, then?
I don't plan on breaking people out tonight, no. It's, I'm not sure what we can do.
So you don't even want us to try?
I don't know how it would be successful, no. I believe that, they are being kept now underneath the barracks.
How many are there?
From what we have counted, from what we figured, numbers, those who were killed, those who we believe were taken captive was around 10 score.
Do you know how many guards they would have in the area?
Considering it's on top of the barracks at night.
Well, I guess awake guards that would be guarding the prisoners. So, Yasmin has this cool tent. I always thought the tent was cool. But
Ever since I saw it a day ago.
we can take the tent, and then when we go in for like our interviews, we can, take out maybe the handful of guards that are down there, load everybody into the tent, and escape.
At this point, he gets a very intrigued look on his face, as well as Angelina looks as well. Just they both kind of look towards each other. That may work, yes. That may be an option that we have.
If we go with this plan, Thorin, where will you be? Will you stay here?
I wouldn't miss the brawl for the world.
We could use an extra set of hands, so we'd grateful.
You see him
for it.
kind of just like take his armor, just kind of stretching a little bit, pop some knuckles. He goes, kind of takes this huge axe off of his shoulder, and swings it. I could split some skulls.
I was gonna offer him working on my sword since we're doing that. Oh well.
I don't think there's a forge in Druid Grove.
So it came to mind. They were speaking of. They said they would assign a number of prisoners to different groups. Are there going to be other parties down there?
That's what I'm not sure. I don't know who would have been involved in this. If this plan is to work, we do have a network of spies that could be moved into this.
I was gonna say, if we can get as many people from your group to volunteer to help with the interrogations, that would make it probably even go smoother.
Right, it sounds like something that's possible. He kind of turns to Angelina. Alright, Angelina, I will, I'm gonna go to the other our friends here in the grove. Those are hidden. And I'm going to have them send the network out. She kind of nods to him. And you see Thorin kind of begin walking away at a decently fast pace.
Alright.
That could be, but since you say Yasmin's part of the rebellion, right?
Oh, he's gone.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm
She's-
assuming she'd allow us to use this tent then for this purpose.
She just made us, Warren.
Hmm.
Yasmin is originally from your grove. I'm sure, you two can,
That might
have some wonderful things to talk.
that might explain why her and her fairies took a liking to you so quickly.
I have so many questions.
This is the face of someone whose mind just. Alright.
I have been planning this out.
So.
Quarter, what is this? Is that a nipple?
Stop
No
that.
molesting the cat on Twitch! We're live!
I have a feeling that bestiality is against us.
I totally forgot what I was gonna say because of that. Alright.
Something about why him and Yasmin and they like him.
Yeah, well, no, I guess
So
Don't
I
you do it.
guess maybe the best way to go about this, I don't know, do we need to talk much more, or should we maybe think about going back and trying to prepare the rest of our party to be a part of this plan?
So, I don't know what guidance I can give you. We will contact Yasmin when we get back. She should have what's prepared. We will discuss more tonight. I will probably plan. It's planned for. It's a sunset around 10 p.m. to meet at Yasmin's shop. Those who are involved, your party in particular.
What time should we meet at the shop?
10 p.m.
10?
Yes. As the sun crests the end of the horizon line.
Right.
Zach, do you have the ruby and my sword planned out? Is it yet? Like, is that all in your head now?
It's a work in progress.
Okay, so I'm guessing she won't know anything about it.
She might. Who knows?
I'm definitely gonna ask Thorn about it though.
So we should definitely maybe get back quickly so we can talk to everyone and get a rest before we have to go to Yasmin's shop. What do we say? Maybe we could maybe try to
The
convince
crow flies at midnight.
them. We could try to maybe convince them that we didn't complete the task because when we got here everything was abandoned. That's the only thing I could think of that they might believe. If we don't come back and like beat to hell.
The story is up to you. I trust your judgments. At this point, you do see a black crow kind of land on her shoulder. She kind of looks at
It's
it,
not midnight yet.
and she goes, "All right, my friend.
What potato? Go away.
Warren, make a do a nature check.
Nature? Okay.
Nature or Arcana you can choose. This has to do with the druid. Druidity.
What's your deception modifier?
Nature, because that's a lot higher.
A million.
And just straight roll?
Mine's a plus
2.
4.
Okay. Ooh, that's not
I
good.
also have plus 4.
So if like the two of us work together,
11.
we could at least give
11.
one of us advantage.
With that 11, that
Yeah, I've
crow
got-
to you
Plus 4.
strikes a
basically
chord in your
everything
memory.
over there.
I have it
Something
on.
about the
I mean,
crow
Well, that's without it. That's without it.
speaks
being
of
not advantage, but
something divine.
proficient.
Though you aren't entirely
So, like,
sure what it is,
With that,
but you
probably
realize
makes
that
more sense
crow
to
that's on her
have
shoulder has a lot of
him
meaning.
assist her and me assist you, so that way we have
Something that
of
you
the
can't
higher
recall, but you know it to be very important.
Wait, I don't
My,
like you.
my persuasion's
And you
a plus
watch
6.
as she
I did.
whispers to the crow,
Mine's plus 4.
and it flies off.
I've got plus
So
4
we
on
should
everything,
probably
but
try to head back with Thorn as soon as we can.
You've got 4.
You know, come up with a plan on the way. That way we can rest and
Half
yeah,
like jeans.
Emmons.
I don't like
Does that make sense? Does that sound like a good plan? I'm not used to making the plans.
Yes, that sounds good.
Alright.
All their homes are basically molded from trees, right? I would guess.
Most of them, yes. There's a couple a little different. You see, where Thorin went was kind of the hole in the ground, almost a cave entrance.
So it would if we could take like are there specific trees to this grove?
What do you mean?
Like so say the outside is like palm trees and all that other crazy stuff, and then there's just pine trees in here for some reason.
No, it's a mixed match of all sorts of plants. Some that shouldn't even be in this climate.
Alright, so if we could take some of those, like a handful of whatever, something that shouldn't be here, and just say this is all we found, really.
You can sure try that, yeah.
All right.
So I wouldn't know
Like
if there
proof
was
that
any-
we were
Yeah,
here.
proof that we were there and
I
we
wouldn't
didn't
know
just
if
dick
there was
around
any
at the
point.
stable for an hour.
Normal explosives would be found here, probably, right?
Say that again.
Like, would I know of it?
You would definitely know.
Okay, then.
It's very almost identical in some natures to where you're from. Like in layout and everything.
Okay, so then I would know where to find some of the stuff that would normally be found.
Yes.
Okay. Then I know exactly
Do you
what...
know each individual area houses its own flora and fauna, trees.
And then worst case, it doesn't work. We still got some neat plants that might have uses.
Yeah. Alright, that sounds like a decent plan. We should maybe think about heading back then. Do you have something?
Oh, I was just thinking about taking the bear and the panther and putting them in the tent.
I don't know if...
Is there an orangutan
But
that wants to be a human?
Those were just... Those
And
were
it's
not
great at jazz.
personal
Do you want to be
thoughts.
like you?
You,
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Propagating?
Stop, we're getting
have-
copywritten.
I'm gonna take out the ruby and hand it to Angelina, and ask her like, is there anything with this that can be awakened or special? Because I recently acquired this from someone, and it fits my sword perfectly.
She kind of takes it and looks it over. I'm not knowledgeable in this subject.
Does it have any magical sensations to it?
There's something different about it. Though I don't know if it's magical, cursed, blessed. She looks up. The look on her face is one of complete bewilderment.
Okay.
Something that it is beyond her understanding.
Thank you. That's a good enough answer. It's more than just a normal gem. All right.
She just kind of nods to you and hands it back.
You said it fits your sword perfectly.
Exactly.
Just put it in your sword.
I did.
And does anything... Oh, did anything happen?
It's been in my sword since I got it, and
Oh.
I have yet, since we haven't played this session since like 2 weeks. I haven't asked yet,
Okay.
and I probably have to like
So,
channel magic through it or something.
alright. So, I guess we should maybe think about going so we can talk to the others and get them in on the plan and all that.
Plus, I haven't fought with it yet, so I would probably might react more with combat or something.
Alright,
That would make the most
Hey,
sense.
maybe what you wanna do. And
Help
you
me
guys,
do something.
and she kind of motions, and as she motions, you guys kind of look, and you see Thorin coming out of this like, cavern-like thing that was in the ground, and behind him, you see at least a dozen different dwarves, different colored beards, different statures, all in full battle arraignment with armor similar to what he's wearing.
Alright, this could be useful for sure.
Were the doors digging a hole? A
Digging hole.
They were actually
Okay, here's a better question.
They're actually looking for meerkats. They were digging a tunnel. They digged
What?
a tunnel.
Is there 7 of them?
There are a dozen. I'm sorry, I will not get that to you.
Alright, so I don't know when we're leaving, but when we're leaving, I want to stay back and talk to Angelina for a moment. So I don't know when we're leaving, but
I'm gonna go gather plants.
okay. So he's
And
gonna
I
go
leave.
gather the unique plants.
Good job, Lauren.
Also,
grows up
I'm
so-
also
he
just
grows
going
up
to
so
explore
fast.
the grove a little.
Diego, what are you doing?
Where's our Stroganoff cleric?
Oh, good gracious.
Just sitting, I guess.
Well,
Alright.
either
Maybe I'll
just-
go play with the panther. Or the big cat, you said.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Talking to 2 druids wild shaped into animals.
So then that means they're not just straight up wild animals. Psh,
You realize that they can't.
Who knows?
I don't care.
Who knows? Rook, what are you doing?
Nothing. Nothing. I'll just hang out until we all leave.
Well, I already left, so.
He was gonna say if you wanted to help him find plants.
Till we like leave.
Yeah, until we're just
Yeah.
completely gone.
Alright, well then if no one else is listening, I'm gonna go up to Angelina and just quietly I'm really sorry about your half-brother.
He just kind of nods very solemnly, but doesn't say
Can
anything.
only end well.
It felt, I don't know, I felt wrong when I saw him there at first to leave him there, and I don't know, I thought maybe he was like me.
She kind of looks up to you. You see the kind of tear going down her face. And he was touched like you, yes.
If I'd only known how prepared they were magically to try to stop me, I would have waited. I'm sorry.
Just know, learn something from him. Learn to remember your actions have consequences. And do not fall like he did once. And she says that very ominously, as if there was something about him that
Did I heard anything about like falling?
Make a history check.
I tried icing it a little bit yesterday.
Ooh, that's not a bad roll. 16.
You sort of know and heard some stories about it.
That's about it.
That's about it.
Alright. So
You
I
just heard of those that have fallen. And that, she just kind of nods, stands up, and you see her just walk away.
Right, and then I'll go find Warren. So, is this sort of like where you're from then?
Oh, you're asking me this?
Yep, I said I'd go find Warren
Okay.
if I was done talking to Angela.
Sorta. I'm kind of right now at one of the trees. Would you mind if I kind of describe what it looks like?
Go for it.
Okay.
You know this.
Yeah.
Like a tree.
So, it looks kind of like a willow tree almost, but instead of it kind of being white and kind of with a gentle breeze when it move, it's tinted kind of this purplish color, and it kind of shimmers a little bit just as breeze kind of flows through it, and there's kind of just sap that you can see kind of just like crystallized hanging from the trees, like branches, its roots. And Warner's right now right up next to the tree.
How big is the tree compared to you? Like, is it a normal sized tree or is it a massive tree?
Compared to Warren, this one is a normal
It's
size.
a bonsai tree.
Compared to Warren, this one is a normal sized tree, but there are others in, varying sizes and width.
It's not like,
We're not talking redwood style.
yeah, not just crazy, like you can build a city into it.
No.
It's not Feywild style.
I was not thinking Feywild. The first thing that popped into my head was Paper Mario. Because in the first one, you go to the Yoshi Island, and then they're the ravens, and they're the best, and then they live in the trees. Raphael, the raven.
Alright, so you go about collecting.
I don't like
what you know.
I'm taking my dagger and kind of just cutting a small little hole into the tree and just taking just anything and find to just kind of fill it with some of the sap from the tree.
Perfect.
Is it a social faux pas if I were to take some sap as well?
Don't.
Okay.
Just don't.
Okay. Hence why I
As you do that, you see how the other druids come up to you, and they kind of put their hands on their shoulders and smile at you, not saying anything, and they kind of put their hands on the tree, and they begin singing a little bit.
On the hole, I would have druid crafted so that way something starts growing in the hole.
So they come up to you and start singing and begin druid crafting with you. And you watch Urag as they these two elves next to him are singing, chanting things, and you hear, as well as Warren saying things in a language you don't understand, almost sing-songy in a way, as the elves seem to do in their own way through voices. And you watch as before your eyes begins to bud and grow. And you watch before your eyes, before you know it, there's a new branch grafted onto the tree.
All right. You know what we need? A Thneed.
Oh no, that's not.
It doesn't look like a Thneed. The tree does not look like a Thneed.
No, that's what we need to ask Joel, Jolly, Ginny, and Jenny to make.
Oh, you mean the people that aren't here?
Yes.
Because everybody needs a sneak.
Exactly. See, that is another bajillion gold idea.
Careful, now Dr. Seuss is going to try and copyright us.
Yeah.
There are still people who could.
I'd have liked if you just ended that sentence a little bit earlier. There's still people.
But so with, I'm guessing like a vial of this of the tree sap.
Not just a vial. You the vials that you have are ones that you crafted. That is like a piece of wood, and as you put it over, you druid craft and seal it.
Nice.
So this, you don't really have glass for your friend.
Yeah, and could we say that just like I have 3 of those?
Yes,
Yeah.
you are able to make more if you spend the time.
Okay.
So with that, is there anything else you guys would like to do in this grove?
Nope.
No, because Thorin's coming with us, so I don't need to specifically find him.
Yeah, I guess we'll just wait till he's got everyone and all that ready, and then we'll go. Since he was talking to people, it sounded like getting them prepared.
No, I don't have anything.
Alright, so you guys are going to leave the grove. And
God damn it.
step out into the rest of the forest. Immediately, the humidity, the bugs, the sounds seem to encroach upon you. Your ears, your body. Instantly, your comfort level goes from pretty nice, boring, blissfully, to out to bugs biting you, all this other stuff. But for some reason, the bugs seem to ignore Warren.
You talk to them.
No. That's anything but it.
So, you guys begin making your way back to your mounts. Warren leading the way, knowing exactly where to go in this forest. You guys make your way back onto the mounts. Thorin, this one goes, alright, my boys will be coming into the city later, and they will be joining us down.
Great. Alright, so they're gonna volunteer to part of the interrogations then?
Yes, they will have, pass cards as well.
Alright, and we'll get our friends to try. But we have actual pass cards, so Gasman's supposed to have that thing done by tonight?
It's at 10 o'clock. Well, I will meet you there as well.
Alright.
Thorin, since you're meeting us there, take my sword. And if you can do some work on it, that would be nice. But specifically,
I don't have time right now.
I just need you to look at the ruby in the hilt.
And that nods very. He just kind of takes it and he sheaths it onto his back. This large piece of leather he has there.
What?
And with that, you guys make your way back. Make your way back to the city, back to the gates. And we will end it there
I was
for
gonna
tonight.
say. That would be a
Alright,
good spot
so-
to end so we can bring them in.
Awesome, yeah. So guys, thanks for tuning in, those who have watched. I don't know if anyone's with us right now. But thanks for
Well, let's
watching,
just hope
guys.
so.
We love you guys lots. And we'll be back next week. I think we're running my campaign again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, we'll be back for the continuation of this campaign with session 7. So, you guys stay yourselves. We love you all. Stay safe in this time. And, love everyone. And stand for what's right. All right. See you guys.